Hello everyone, so yesterday was World Book Day. I can't tell you how happy I am that there is a day dedicated to reading. It is a day to celebrate books and publishing, and I was so happy to see celebrities tweeting or Instagramming books that they are currently reading and just participating. When I was in high school, I used to get made fun of for reading. My sister was outgoing and popular while I was suffering from social anxiety, so I mostly kept to myself and would just read. I did have some great friends, but I didn't have many classes with them, so most of the time I was alone. And during that time, I would just read. It would help me cope. I would escape into these worlds, and it would just help me get through my anxiety. Plus, when I was reading, people wouldn't bother me, so I thought that was a plus. But the people who knew my sister would look at me weird because I wasn't outgoing. I was just this quiet girl who would just read, and so they would just think I was strange and be like, why is she so quiet? All she does is read. And at the time, that would really hurt. I was going through a lot. I just wanted to keep to myself and not be noticed, and then here these people are making fun of me, and so it's like, oh, am I doing something wrong? I don't want to stand out. And so it kind of took away some of the love I had for reading. And so for a couple of years after that and during that, I just fell out of love for reading. But looking back now, I kind of judge them. I just think, why are you making fun of someone at all, let alone for reading? So I'm glad people are appreciating books more and are not afraid to say, hey, I love books, I love reading. There's nothing wrong with that. But besides just celebrating the love of reading, I watched a TED Talk by Anne Morgan, and there she discussed global reading. So she said you can tell a lot about a person by their bookshelf. And when she looked at her bookcase, she noticed that there were only British and North American authors. She had not many books that were translated from other countries into English, and this made her think that she must be missing out on some amazing books because of this. That is when she decided that her goal would be to read a book from every country. It could be a memoir, short story, poetry, anything. During her quest, she found that only a small part of books published in other countries are then translated to English. Mostly are from France or Switzerland, but hardly from other small countries. And when she was discussing this, I was just thinking, I have been just focusing on books from mainly North America. I look at all the books and think, there's so many I want to get to that I hardly ever think of. There are millions that I haven't read from other countries. I've read authors that are from different countries, but their works were published in English. I never even thought about authors who write strictly in their own language in their own country. And that was very ignorant of me, and this TED Talk kind of like opened my eyes. Her journey was not easy since, like I said, there aren't many books that are translated into English. But with this struggle came this beautiful thing, because strangers started reaching out to her and asked her if they could send her books from their country. And authors started to reach out to her to send her their unpublished work that was translated into English. And even people said that they would translate books that she couldn't find into English. She was amazed that so many people came together to help her read books from different countries. In the end, she found this experience very enlightening. She said at times that it was very uncomfortable because she's reading about different cultures who share different values that are completely unlike her own, but she said that it did help strengthen her own values. And that when she looked back at the books that she read from when she was a child, she saw how narrow it was compared to the richness of the stories from other countries. The one thing she said that I loved is that she discovered the power books have to connect us across geographical, political, social, and religious differences that divide us. And she feels richer for just reading these books. And she encourages people to start reading translated works because it will give publishers incentive to publish more translated works. In the end, she read from 196 different countries, and that just amazes me. I wish I could do that at this point in time, but I do not feel comfortable in my reading skills. I don't really challenge myself as a reader. I do think it is okay to just read for fun, especially when life is so hard and so they just want to relax and just pick up a lighthearted book. For myself, I want to find a balance. I still want to read these YA and middle grade series, but I also want to challenge myself, pick these hard books, but I know I'm not a very strong reader. And another challenge I have is because I'm on Goodreads and I have a certain amount of books that I want to read, and I have this booktube where I have to constantly read books for content, that it is hard for me to then pick up a book that I know I will struggle with, because that might take me months because I am not at that level yet. So I do hope that one day I can read books from 196 different countries. But I am pushing myself every day to pick up a book that I won't normally read. So let me know in the comments below if you've read many books that are from different countries translated into English. And I will link her TED Talk and the books she read from these different countries, because I encourage you to look at it and maybe decide to read these books and challenge yourself. Because that's the beauty of books, is to connect us all. So like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!